So how motherfuckers wanna find me? That shit cray. That shit cray. That shit cray. Oh, the fake. The fake. Anyway, y'all know the fuck was saved. Get the fuck in here, cause y'all will not tell y'all this episode is motherfucking C. Oh shit. Them bitches served. The fake. They served. Bitch, what the fake? Anyway, so Baddies gone wild. República Dominicana, tú ya sabes. Yo, okay, this is the final episode of the season, okay? Let's just get it out the way. So, it's like episode 12. It's the last episode of the season, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, shit, this episode was tea as fake, y'all. So, let's get into it. I don't know if this review finna be long, because a lot happened, y'all. A lot happened. So, get your motherfucking whatever the fuck you need to get, okay? Because we finna be here for a minute. Like, I mean it. Nigga, you know the fuck was saved. So let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it. Okay. So the episode, it starts with Baloni going to fight Deva, cause Baloni, she always got a problem with everybody. I don't know what to say, especially Deva. I don't know how the fuck Deva be getting under Baloni's skin. But anyway, that's their tea, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, next, the girls, they get ready to go out for the last supper. Since they, ready to end the season and shit. They was looking real good, I ain't gonna lie. Like, Dava, she really looks snatched the fake. Like, one thing I like about Dava, she know how to get snatched, cause, she be looking like a hoe, and then she know how to get, like, on that stripper shit. So I'm like, okay, girl, I see you, but, I mean, all of them was looking good. Like, all of them was looking good. That's what I'm saying, like, this is a final episode type shit. You can't be going out looking like a hoe. What the fuck? So anyway, the Hive, they went outside to take shots, and in the lotions, they went in the house to take their shots on some, cheers. So basically, like, they just trying to have, like, their last, I don't know what you want to call it, like, their last grouping, recruiting, I don't know, their last get together, yeah, as a squad. So each squad, the Hive and the Lotions, they was having their last get together. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, they was like on some cheer shit, and then, yo, Telemundo confronted because apparently accused Telemundo of saying the N-word, okay? And, she said that, like, Telemundo is using the N-word just because she mixed with Moroccan and shit. But Telemundo, she denied saying the N-word. You know what I'm saying? Baloni then asked, like, who said it? And Rapunzel said she thinks it's La Señorita CEO. So I'm like, okay, y'all, I ain't gonna lie with y'all, okay? Telemundo, I don't think she should be using the N-word, because I feel like this like another, y'all, like, she ain't black. I don't give a fuck. Like, she ain't black. You know what I'm saying? So, for the fact that she was like, I wasn't saying the N-word, like, I see why she was trying to, like, make it known that she ain't said the N-word, because it's like, yo, I ain't trying to get into trouble, like, you know what I'm saying? So apparently, Telemundo, she was telling Becky on my kids that, she's half Moroccan and half Persian. For those of y'all that ain't know what Persian or where Persia is, it's, it's part of those countries that's like Middle East type shit. Not Dubai and them, but like, Afghanistan, Uzbekistan, those countries, Iran, that area. And you know what? I wasn't surprised, because I'm like, Telemundo does look like, she do be looking like, like them people. That's why I was confused when, this whole nigga thing came about. Like in the previous episode, like when we saw the preview and it was a whole, Telemundo's using the N-word, I was like, girl. So when she said that she's like Persian or she's from like Iran or that part of the world, I was like, well, it makes sense because she does look like the people who come from there. Turkey and Lebanon, and y'all know that shit. But all I'm trying to say, she just definitely does not look black. So that's why I was like, no, we ain't having that, girl. We ain't having none of that shit. So anyway, La Señorita CEO, she then jumped in, apparently, okay, we still talking about, like, what apparently, allegedly went the fuck down. So apparently, La Señorita CEO, she was like, she jumped in and said, oh, so you can say the N-word, but Telemundo, she ain't say it. So basically, Telemundo was telling Becky on my kids that she's half Moroccan and half Persian. And then La Señorita CEO decided to involve herself, and she was like, "Oh, so you can say the N word?" And it's like, La Señorita CEO, no, you can shut the fuck up. Like, what the fuck? You don't just be giving N word. This is the motherfucking problem. It's people like La Señorita CEO that make it a problem. You don't just be dishing out N-word passes to whoever the fuck. Is you crazy, bitch? What the fuck? You shouldn't even be saying that shit, girl. Shut the fuck up. Oh my god. What the fuck? Anyway. So basically, La Señorita, she was like trying to give Telemundo a nigga pass. But now it turned into broken telephone. Cause now Telemundo ain't wanna get into trouble on some Gretchen the Gremlin type shit. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, Telemundo, I think, you know, she's familiar with the Zeus network, okay? And she knows what the fuck goes down when a person who ain't supposed to be saying the N-word be saying the N-word. She probably seen what the fuck went down with Gretchen the Gremlin, and she ain't trying to have none of that shit. Know what I'm saying? And respectfully so, because, y'all, it's a huge thing. I was so proud of Telemundo. I was so proud of her. You see, this is why, you know what, let me not even call you Telemundo. I'm gonna call you Nasim now, because you earned my respect. You earned my motherfucking respect. Cause she said it herself. Even though I'm from Morocco, which is in Africa, but she knows them people, they sometimes don't really identify with being black. I mean, you do get black Moroccans, that's cool, but some of them, they ain't black like that. And my thing is, if you ain't finna identify as black, or you ain't finna, you know, then don't be using the N-word. So that's why I'm saying I respect her. Cause even though she kinda could have been like a bitch and said, "Oh, I'm from Morocco, so I can say it." That's what Marie was trying to, you know, that's what Marie was on. Basically, because it's like, oh, because, you know, Morocco's in Africa, so, you know, I can say it, but it's like, nah. Because them motherfuckers, they don't like to be identifying with the black people, so you ain't get that motherfucking pass, bitch. I don't give a fuck whether you from Morocco, Tunisia, Egypt, bitch. If you know you don't want to be identifying as black, if you don't want to be put in the same motherfucking pot as them niggas, then you ain't finna say nigga. So Nasim, you earn my respect, bitch. I respect you, and please, you better educate your motherfucking brothers and sisters, because some of them, they don't seem to get the fucking memo, okay? But anyway, so Nasim, you know, she was like, you know, I know I'm from Morocco and shit, but that's not my history. That's not my history. And to make matters worse, Nasim is mixed. Okay, so she isn't, it ain't like she's like fully Moroccan, so she ain't fully African. She's mixed with Persia, and, you know, that's other, I don't know if they like, you know, Indian, but I'm just gonna say like kind of Asian, because they kind of, y'all know that part of the world. Like, look, y'all, I don't want to be doing geography right now, because we've got a lot to talk about in this episode, you know what I'm saying? But if y'all know, like, you know, Iran and them countries, they be like so close to Asia. They literally like in between Asia and Europe. So them people, they be like, they got it. They just think of them as like mixed. Okay, they just think of them as like mixed white people. They like European and Asian, because a lot of them, they do be looking, some of them, they be looking Indian, some of them you can clearly see that they've got a bit of Chinese in them, or East Asian. So that's what I'm trying to say, but it's definitely not black. So Nasim ain't black. She's very far from black. So that's why she's trying to say like, y'all, I ain't say that shit, please. Respect to you, bitch. At least you know your motherfucking self, the fake. Anyway, yeah, like I said, we ain't trying to be doing geography right now. Anyway, yeah. So, yeah. Rapunzel, she got emotional, you know, with Baloni, cause they be catching fades for each other and shit, apparently. So, the whole hive, you know, they had like a moment. I ain't gonna lie, it was kinda cute. Cause I mean, they did form a strong bond and shit. Y'all, we can't lie, okay? We can't lie. Them girls, like, first episode, they all came in the house. They was like on their own shit, and then the house got divided and shit. But I'm so proud because like the hive, they stuck together, y'all. Like, y'all. The hive, they actually stuck together. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if some of these bitches was actually friends outside of the show. Like, when the show ends and shit, I wouldn't be surprised if some of them still, you know, fuck with each other, because they actually seem to have like, you know, a serious, genuine bond. Like, it was kind of cool. I ain't gonna lie, it was kind of cool. Cause I'm not gonna lie, the Russians, oh my god, the only ones that we can say was actually down for each other was Deva, Antilaran, and Titanol Russian. The rest, oh my god, they was flip flopping, chilling with the abs. They did, yo, yeah. The Lotions, it was a very tragic group. Shit, I ain't gonna lie. Anyway, so la CEO Natalia, she then rocks up at the Hive, and she showed, they showed gifts that they got for Auntie Lauren. Yo, they got Auntie Lauren vagina products. Like, yo, what the fuck? They literally got vagina products for Auntie Lauren on some stanky pussy shit. Yo, y'all messy as fuck, I ain't gonna lie. So, La CEO Natalia and YK niece, they went to the Lotions to brief them about, the evening. And YK, she literally got on her knees and smelled Auntie Lauren's pussy. And apparently, her pussy ain't stank. So the Hive, they can go kick rocks for real. So, y'all, we've got a whole guest who had to get on her motherfucking knees just to smell Auntie Lauren's pussy. Like, y'all. And she said it ain't stank. So many people. Deva said it ain't stank. YK said it ain't stank. Like, girl, everybody said that Lauren's pussy ain't stank. So, at least now we know that it ain't stank. Okay? But, obviously, yeah, I just feel like the Hive, they obviously got a problem with Auntie Lauren. So, they finna just do and say anything. The fake. I mean, even though we know her pussy ain't stank. The fake. So, yeah, y'all. Anyway, the girls, they arrive at the dinner table on some cute shit. And as soon as the food arrives, y'all, not even like 30 seconds. What the fuck? Not even the food ain't even like... The food ain't even like, settle in. The food ain't even like breathe any of the air in the room. Not even 30 seconds after the plates was put on the table, Baloney started like throwing food at Tyson and Lotion, and they ran a fade, y'all, with immediate effect. Like, fuck is you talking about? Y'all, La CEO Natalia, La CEO Natalia, she made me laugh, cause she was like, she was on time. You see, I knew it. I told you. Like, girl, come on, man. I know you fucking lying. Anyway, y'all. Auntie Lauren, y'all, this shit just got messy. Auntie Lauren, she had, she was like, basically, she kind of had an issue with some of the people, y'all. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all. But anyway, after, Tyson Lotion and Baloney got in a fight with immediate effect, Auntie Lauren then picked up a whole plate of food and she threw it the fake at Becky on my kids. So Becky, she then throws a ceramic plate and it cracked on Lauren. Y'all. Now this shit got messy, okay? And I'm finna be honest. Like, Lauren, you threw the first plate. I know I'm supposed to be saying like you threw the first punch, but girl, you threw the first plate. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, she got messy, but I mean shit. So, Becky on my kids, she throws a ceramic plate at Auntie Lauren, and yeah, Auntie Lauren, she got seriously cut. Like, the ceramic really opened her leg, y'all. Like, damn, Becky on my kids, she did remote surgery on that bitch. Like, I ain't finna cap, y'all. But anyway, Baloney, she then got hyped and she climbed on the table on some eat. And then the security, he had to like get her up off the table. And I ain't gonna lie, that shit was kind of iconic. Like, the way he had to get her off the table, I was like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so Baloney, she got hyped and... she was just like, y'all know how Baloney be, though. Like, you know how Baloney be? You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, this is the part. You know what I'm saying? This is the part. So, Telemundo. She then goes to confront La Señorita CEO, okay? And La Señorita, she was denying everything with that big-ass evil smile on her face. Leandra is crazy as fuck. I ain't gonna lie, like, honestly, y'all. But y'all, before I get into this, okay, I'm finna say this in case I forget. This whole nigga thing is a problem because I feel like y'all was kind of like, look, what happened is basically, Nasim, she was explaining her ethnicity to Becky on my kids, right? Okay, cool. And then Leandra tried giving Nasim like the N-word pass. That's what happened. But I don't like how y'all kind of try to make it look like Leandra was going around saying that Nasim said the N word, because the more the situation played out, look, when we saw the preview in the previous episode for this episode, it kind of looked like Leandra did say it because it got in the face. But now that I've actually watched this episode, and now that I've actually heard what actually went down, I don't think Leandra said that. Y'all would just be looking for a reason to fight. I don't know. I don't think she said it, y'all. I don't think. What Leandra did, she tried to give Nasim a nigga pass. That's what happened. Y'all just took the whole thing out of context. Cause even Nasim, she said it herself. She's like, she said it like, Leandra said I can say the nigga word, and now it looks like something else. Exactly. It looks like something else. So she didn't say that you said the N word. She just gave you an N word pass, and then now it's like broken telephone. That's what I'm trying to say. So did Leandra really go around saying that you said the N word, or did y'all just hopped on that fucking broken telephone, and now because it's Leandra, so it's like, oh, because it's Leandra, and you know what happened with Leandra and Auntie Lara, and so let's use the broken telephone and let's ride with that shit. And now we finna make it a whole thing. Nah, I don't know. I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Leandra did say it, but like I'm saying, based off of what we're seeing happening in this episode, and after I heard what really went down, I don't think Leandra said it. I think Leandra tried to give Nasim a N-word pass, and Nasim declined the pass because she knows she ain't black. Okay, cool. And then it was taken out of context. I don't know. Call me crazy, but I feel like that's what happened. Cause y'all, let's be honest, this bitch got fucked up in the first episode because of running her motherfucking mouth in rumors. I don't think it would be a very smart idea to be going around and doing that. Especially, it's one thing to be on that stanky pussy shit. Now you're dealing with the N-word on some nigga shit. So, that whole stanky pussy shit, that was between Leandra and Lauren. Okay, that's between two people. But now, if it's the nigga story, it's finna be everybody, because there's so many black people in the house. So if Leandra was stupid enough to actually, I guess, go around and try to make a rumor about the N-word and shit, it's like, why would she do that? Because then she knows the whole house at that point, as it is, the whole house don't even really fuck with her like that. So why would she do that knowing that the whole house finna beat her ass? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't think she said it. I don't. In the previous episode, I assumed that she did because I didn't have the full story. But now that I got the full story and what actually went down, I feel like there was a lot of broken telephone. It got out of context, and now y'all just making it a thing. But anyway, let's get back. I just needed to say that before I forget, because I felt like, this nigga shit, like, we ain't trying to have Gretchen the Gremlin again. This is a whole different show. Gretchen was on fucking Baddies. This is Baddies Gone Wild. Like, we ain't trying to have that, y'all. What the fuck? So, yeah, y'all, that's the fuck what was up. Like, that's the fuck what was up. So Telemundo, she then picks up a glass. She picks up a glass, and she throws like some liquid at La Señorita. I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know if it was water. I really doubt it was water. I'm pretty sure it was alcohol, okay? Because it was transparent, so it's very hard for me to tell whether that shit was like alcohol or water. You know what I'm saying? But it don't matter. Telemundo, she just picked up the glass and she threw the liquid, the fake, at Leandra. So La Señorita, damn, she wasn't having it, y'all. And this is why I'm saying this episode was tea, because I was like, what? So Leandra, she got the fuck up to beat Telemundo up. And I ain't gonna lie, I was proud, y'all. I was proud because finally this bitch fighting. Girl, we on episode 12. You got mopped the fake in episode 1. And like I said, girl, you was wrong for spreading rumors about Lauren. So when you got beat up in episode 1 and you ain't do shit, I was like, okay, cool. I mean, because you was spreading rumors, so I mean, you did earn that motherfucking fade. You earned that beating. The fuck, you earned it, girl. So for you to fight back when it's like you the one spreading the rumor, that's why I was like, okay, cool. But then you wasn't fighting the second time, and you wasn't fighting, and people was just, picking with you and just going on with you, and you wasn't doing shit. So I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this bitch? But finally, la señorita CEO, she had enough the fake. she had enough the fake. Know what I'm saying? So yeah, guys, the señorita CEO, aka Leandra, finally got in the motherfucking pain. Like, yo, this was the first time I see Leandra actually fighting. And for the fact that she actually threw the first punch, I was like, clock it on my mama, bitch. Nah, for real, cause she didn't throw the first punch, but I mean, Nasim, she kind of threw. But when I say, okay, Nasim, you could have hit Leandra. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say when I'm saying La Señorita CEO threw the first punch, Leandra got up to beat Nasim. So that's what I'm saying. Anyway, y'all, anyway. So it was obviously up with that shit, but y'all, I don't think La Señorita like said that shit. Like it was just broken telephone, and it was just completely taken out of context, like for real. But anyway, they ran it again, y'all. Another round, and y'all, Leandra, she was getting in a pain. Like, Leandra got in a pain. Y'all, it was so bad. Even Rapunzel, she was so shocked. Like, her flabbers was gassed the fight. They even had to, check on Telemundo. Like, girls, you okay? Like, y'all, the commentary was so funny. And I'm saying it because I was shocked. I was just as shocked as everybody else. The whole house was so fucking shocked that Leandra was fighting. Yo, it's like everybody was just like witnessing an angel falling from heaven or some shit, or they just saw like a tiger escaping the zoo. Like everybody was like what? Like what? Some of them, they was quiet, but some of them, they was like, I'm saying, there was commentary like what? Like they was so shocked. Me too, ho. Cause ain't nobody was expecting a whole Leandra to be getting in a pain. Like, so damn, y'all, damn. Anyway, so the camera, it then pans outside, and until Lauren, she was crying the fake. Yeah, until Lauren, she was crying. But I mean, it's very obvious that like whatever happened between Auntie Lauren and Becky are my kids. Like the plate hit Lauren, and when Lauren threw the plate, we just saw the plate like flying with the food. But when Becky on my kids, when she threw that plate, we heard it actually like cracking and breaking. I mean, even at some point, la señorita CEO, she even was like, damn, there's like glass on the floor. I ain't trying to get stabbed and shit. So like, I mean, she was right, because when Becky threw the plate, like, it shattered, so obviously you could tell that Lauren got hurt. But you guys know how it is, like when you got adrenaline and shit, you don't feel shit, like you really don't. So in that moment, obviously Lauren, she ain't felt shit. But now when she got outside and she looked and she saw, like, oh, okay, shit, I got fucked up. So now it's like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Auntie Lauren, she was crying, y'all. Like, she was crying the fight. But anyway, Becky on my kids. You know what I'm saying? Becky on my kids. She then tried to get Auntie Lauren again, yo. And they kind of wasn't allowing it. Because, I mean, it's like, yo, like, we kind of need to administer some first aid to this hoe. So can you at least, like, just chill 2 seconds? You'll get your fade, like. Just give us 5 minutes. 5 minutes is all we asking for, how the fake. So Becky then tried to fight Tyson Lotion, and Beyonce tried sneaking Auntie Lauren while she was getting stitched the fuck up. But Lauren was pissed, y'all. She was pissed as hell, and she went to pack all them bitches la fake up. Not for real. And I mean, I don't blame her, because I mean, even though it's like, Lauren, you threw the first play, girl. Like, I feel bad for you, don't get me wrong, but you really threw the first play. But I get it, because it's like, okay, I got injured. It was the same thing with Deva. Like, Deva was injured, but Lauren, she kept trying to fight. So it's like, let the person like kind of heal first. I get it, you a baddie, you don't give a fuck, you wanna be the big bad girl, but at the same time, y'all trying to attack someone who's down, like trying to hit a what? You know how they say like don't attack a dog that's down type shit. So when y'all trying to be like attacking someone who's getting first aid administered to them, it's gonna make you look like a pissy ass bitch. I know you a tough girl and you don't give a fucking cool, but it's like just chill. Like you'll get your fade. You will get it. You'll get it, okay? So it's like just chill. But anyway, until Lauren, she has to get carried out by security, and she was like crying the fuck, y'all. Like it was so messed up. Like damn, we didn't see Auntie Lauren cry like that. But I mean, shit. So the situation, it calms down, and they was ready to give the baddie chains. But security, they had to confiscate a weapon that Tyson Olushan was hiding in her bonnet. Y'all, that was so funny. Basically, the entire situation, the entire situation was escalated. Like, the stakes was so fucking high. Okay, y'all get it? Yeah, stakes high because they were supposed to be eating dinner, but they ain't eat shit because the stakes was so fucking high. And Lacio and Natalia was smoking weed, so that's what I'm saying, like the stakes is high. Get it? Anyway, so what happened is they had to kind of like, I think there was like a time gap because I noticed that some of the girls, they had to go like change their clothes. Some of them went to the rooms and shit. So it's like, So when they came back, Tyson Olushan, she went to go change clothes or whatever, but she put a bonnet on. And obviously you guys know, like, these people, they be, like, they getting watched, like, 24/7. Okay, they watching your ass. So if you go into the room to fetch something, especially when they know that the stakes is high, they finna be watching you through the cameras and shit. And I'm pretty sure Tyson Olushan probably forgot and she tried to sneak something in her bonnet. She put something in her bonnet. Now, I don't know exactly what the fuck she put in her bonnet, but it was definitely like, like a stocking or a legging, and apparently there was rocks in it. So let's just say it was a man-made brick. Tyson Olushan was trying to sneak in a man-made brick. And I don't know who she was finna hit with that shit, but okay, girl. Okay. So security wasn't having that. They saw it and they was like, bitch, give it here. So yeah, guys, now we get into the Baddies chains, okay? First Baddies chain went to Auntie Lauren. Duh. Like, y'all, let's be honest, y'all. Even if there was only one Baddies chain, it was definitely going to Auntie Lauren. Like, Auntie Lauren, she is the baddie of the season. Dead ass. As much as y'all can say, like, even though the way she was saying, like, right, give me my chain, it's like, girl, don't do that. Even if y'all know that you deserve a chain, but don't like demand it, because now you're gonna be looking like a spoiled brat, and it ruins the whole, like, you should be getting that chain, you should be getting it given to you so that you can know that you that bitch. But now if you like, give me my chain, acting like entitled and shit, acting like you did, like, girl, just sit down and let Lacio, Natalia, and YK needs do their thing. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, first chain went to Auntie Lauren. And they had to escort her out immediately to go to the doctor because she was fake that. Second Baddies chain, it went to Baloney with the roast beef. Know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into that, okay? Let me just get through this, okay? Third chain, it went to Tyson Olushan. And then the fourth chain, it went to Becky on my kids. So, y'all, apparently there was a fifth chain. So they brought out, Nuestra Chica, La Biggie, to give out the fifth chain. So Nuestra Chica, like, she had to choose between MM and Deva. And it went to Marie Minx, respectfully. So yeah, guys, that was it for Baddies República Dominicana, tú ya sabes. So yeah, and then, the rest of the cast, they just like, did their outros and said their piece. So y'all, thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing. Don't forget to share, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Do what you gotta do. We have to wait for the reunion, y'all. And I ain't gonna lie, I feel like the reunion finna be lit. If this is the last episode of the season, like, we ain't even done. We still got the reunion, so hopefully the reunion finna be motherfucking tea. Know what I'm saying? I hope it's finna be a tea party up in that bitch. But anyway, y'all, stay tuned. You know why? Cause you know the fuck we're safe.